Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, thank you for watching and please don't forget to subscribe. So today I want to talk about something that has been bothering me. I have been so bothered, so worried, and I know that people are as worried as I am, even more worried. And I don't know if people are thinking what I'm thinking. But one thing I'm very sure of, that I'm very certain of, is that people are worried right now, especially in my beloved country, about what is going on in Nigeria right now. And it is worrisome because, as women, we are becoming more of an endangered species. I've been researching, and I see that all over the world, normally, women are the endangered species. Based on things that we go through. We are endangered species based on domestic violence, because of emotional abuse, physical abuse, financial, sexual abuse, even spiritual abuse. Women are usually the victims. So because of that, we are classified as the endangered species. But my country has taken it to a new dimension. It is now more dangerous, to be a woman in Nigeria as of today. Not only because of domestic violence. Of course, we are victims. Women are the victims of all forms of violence. We are always at the receiving end of all these things. But today, I'm not even talking about that. Nigeria has taken this thing to another dimension. Now, it is dangerous as a woman to be living in Nigeria because of the ritual killings. And it is so worrisome. It is alarming. The way our daughters are being killed daily. Now it's becoming something that is normal. It's becoming something that when you hear about it, it's just like, oh, this one has happened again. Just look at the case of the young girl that was recently killed by the BRT driver. Think of all the other ladies, all the killings that has been happening recently. And this has been happening to women. And it is so worrisome. It is so worrisome. You wake up in Nigeria as a woman. You are not only scared of domestic abuse, you are not only scared of sexual abuse anymore. You are not only scared of financial, spiritual, any other kind of abuse. Now, as a woman, you're scared of going out. You're scared of going to see your friends. You're even scared of having a relationship because of all that is happening. And it is so pathetic that the government of the day does not have anything to do about it. They do not seem to be trying. And it's really bad. It is bad. It is so worrisome. It is unthinkable. Things that happens to women daily in Nigeria. Ritual killings here and there. Most of the killings that goes on, it's not because the ladies are wayward or something. It's just because they were unfortunate to be in certain places at certain times. And I do not know what the governments are doing, because personally, I can't see anything good that the government is doing, both state and federal. And I know that this is so concerning because so many people are worried. People are afraid to go out. We have our girls going to school daily. They take public buses. The fear of your children going out and coming back safe is always there. The fear of you going out as a woman, as a mother, is always there. And I've been thinking, which way forward? And for me, even though I'm not staying in Nigeria, I have families that stays there. I have families back home. And it is so worrisome. The moment I take my phone to give them a call and they do not pick my calls, I get so worried. I start to think of, things start to flow through my mind. So, since the government of Nigeria is not, thinking of doing anything, since the state government nor the federal government are not even thinking of helping us as citizens of Nigeria, I think we should start helping ourselves. And number one thing that we can do, the very first and important thing we can do right now as women, as citizens of Nigeria, is to get it right by voting for the right people. That's number one. And then we should start looking out for one another. Not looking out for me. When I say looking out, I am not talking about you looking out for me as a sister, looking out for me as your mother, or looking out for me as your daughter, or looking out for me as your friend. No. Looking out for me as a woman. I do not have to be your neighbor. I do not have to be your sister before you look out for me. Let us start looking out for ourselves. Since the governments are not ready to do anything, I think we should stand up and start looking out for ourselves. Let's take these things seriously. Anything you see, anytime you see anything, and it does not sit right with you, speak up. If you have a neighbor and you think something is going on with your neighbor, ask questions. Let us be more aware. Let us start to talk to ourselves. Don't let us sit down and fold our hands and like, oh, it's not happening to me. It will never happen to me. I reject it in Jesus' name. The people that are victims of all these ritual killings today are Christians, Muslims, like you and I. So it is not about, God forbid, it is not about it is not going to happen to me. It is important for us to start looking out for ourselves. Let us start asking questions. Don't let us just sit down and, look away when things are wrong. I remember years ago, as in a very long time ago, I remembered when I was on a trip with my younger sister to Badagry. I was still reminding my friend of this event, I think just a few days ago. I was traveling I was on that trip with my younger sister and my daughters, and I was driving. So on our way, I saw, like 3 or 4 school kids, they were going home. And just from nowhere, a car just parked by these kids, and there were like 3 men inside that car. And they were calling on those little kids that, oh, let's give you a ride home, blah, blah, blah. It didn't just sit down well with me. And I started to And I drove straight to those guys. I started asking them questions. Why do you want to carry this children? Do you know them? You can't give them leave. You can't. They are not your children, and you cannot give them any lift in your car. So I started shouting. My sister and we started shouting that you should leave these kids alone. You know, they were like, oh, they were going to do this, they were going to do that. I said, no. Whatever you want to do, I will make sure that you do not take these kids in your car. And we started shouting until they left. You know, they drove off. I was, shouting frantically for people to come and help. You know, by the time they saw that people were gathering, people were, looking outside, and they had to zoom off. Those kids were saved that day because we made an issue out of it. So don't let us keep quiet anymore. If you see anything wrong, if anything does not sit well with you, speak up. If you are outside and you see a public transport that is not full, and you see someone going in, if it does not sit well with you, tap that person. Tap the person and be careful. I don't think this is right. Start asking questions. If you have a neighbor that you do not know the source of his income, yet he brings in different kinds of cars, different kinds of expensive things, ask questions. Notify people. Notify the authorities. Go to the police. Don't let us keep quiet anymore, because as it is, the government, as far as I'm concerned, are not ready to do anything. And the reason why I'm saying this is because we can all see what happened in the case of Oluwabamishi and Yowola. Imagine something so terrible, so tragic happened, and the sitting governor of Lagos State went ahead to what is it called? Wasiu Ayide's party, and he was dancing. And you're telling me that these people care? They don't care. So we need to start looking out for ourselves. And women are the victims. We are always the victims. Not only of domestic violence, not only of all these abuses that goes on in marriages and relationships. Now it is ritual killings. Our children, our sisters, our mothers are being killed daily for rituals. We can't fold our hands and just continue to look, just continue to act as if, because it hasn't gone into my family, God forbid, it will never come near me. Of course, I pray that will not happen to any of my family member, but then we can help ourselves, by looking out for one another. You don't have to be my family. You don't have to be my sister. You don't have to be my neighbor. You don't have to be my friend before I look out for you. It is important now, because living as a woman in Nigeria these days is dangerous. Living as a young girl is dangerous. Giving birth to a girl child in Nigeria these days is dangerous. And we can help ourselves. We can help ourselves. You can also use the social media to publicize whatever it is that you think is, whatever it is that you know is wrong, that is going on around you. That is why you have your phone. Don't let us look away. Until we start to fight for ourselves, until we start to support ourselves, these people will continue to do these things that they are doing. The rich will continue to look for ways to be richer. by killing our young girls, our mothers. The Yahoo boys will continue with all their atrocities. The association of Yahoo mothers will continue too with their atrocities if we continue to keep quiet. It is high time we stand up and start speaking up. It is high time we stand up and start looking out for ourselves. If something does not sit well with you, say it, speak up, ask questions. If your colleague is not in the office first, second, third, fourth day, give her a call and ask what is happening. A lot is happening. And until we start to look out for ourselves, I don't think the government of Nigeria that we have today will help us. We need to help ourselves. We need to help ourselves. Don't say because, this person is a Christian or this person is a Muslim. No, we are not of the same religion, so it's none of my business. No. As long as that person is human, as long as the person is a woman. Because we are the endangered species. We are the ones that are victims. We are the ones that these people are killing. Please, let us start looking out for ourselves. Let us be more aware. Let us start talking to people to speak up. In as much as I always tell people, and I say I do it myself, in as much as I pray, I tell people to pray. I also pray. But the truth is this. We need to act. We must act. We must speak up. We must stop looking away and start looking out for ourselves. And I pray that God will help us. It's so worrisome. It's so alarming. It's unthinkable what women are going through in Nigeria as of today. The ritual killings have to stop. But this is one of the ways that we can stop it. Looking out for one another. When something is not right with you, if it doesn't sit well with you, probe, speak up. Enjoy your afternoon or morning or evening, anywhere you are. Bye, everyone.